campaign has been launched by the brand Venus to stamp out negativity towards women and their bodies in sport. And they've got some great ambassadors. They really have. The ambassadors for the campaign are Nottingham's own Olympians Becky, Downie and Emily Campbell. Now, you're going to hear from them just after 8 o'clock this morning. But first, let's focus on the campaign that is supporting women in Nottinghamshire when it comes to getting them involved in sport. It's called This Girl Can Nottingham. It's a network that supports women of all shapes and sizes and from different community groups to make sports more inclusive. Charmaine Daly is a Zumba teacher and workforce lead ambassador for This Girl Can Nottingham, and she explains why this campaign is important for the women of Nottingham.
It's so important. You know, moving, fitness, exercise, whatever you want to call it, it's a birthright. And it's something that should belong to every single body and person. And, you know, we know about those physical popular benefits like the weight loss and the calorie burning, but it's all those soft, gushy, magic things that you get from moving your body, such as the positive mental health benefits, being able to form a better relationship with your body, just feeling a lot better about yourself, feeling a bit more positive about your body image, being part of a community and just stepping into your body, stepping out of the chaos of the world and just feeling that empowerment through moving the body. And that's why it's so important that we can offer this and make these opportunities more accessible to people from more diverse backgrounds. There's lots of barriers that, you know, there's not enough women for a start, and there's not enough women who are representing from diverse backgrounds. And part of the problems are, you know, we've had this age-old historic problem of the gender gap with physical activity. So more men traditionally move and exercise than women. So This Girl Can is all about tackling that and solving that problem, really. But then there's also lots of barriers that women face, particularly from diverse backgrounds as well, such as, you know, there's cost implications, there's the confidence, finding a space where you feel like you can belong, where there's no judgment, the kind of relevancy, you know, why are women doing it, and why do they understand, you know, how and why we should be moving our bodies more. The more women who are out there leading and doing this, who are from diverse backgrounds, who look like me, who look like you, means that more women will be inspired and feel that it's something for them. And that's how we try and tackle this big gender gap.
So that's Charmaine Daly, who's from the campaign group This Girl Can Nottingham. Well, another woman who's campaigning for sports to be more inclusive is Asghar. She's from Nottingham Muslim Women's Network and is an ambassador for South Asian Muslim women in sports. She's here this morning. Morning, Asghar. Thank you for coming in. It's fascinating, actually, isn't it? And I think all women can say that sometimes sport can feel a bit odd. Do you know what I mean? Like, you're just a bit worried about your wobbly bits sometimes.
Yeah, I definitely agree. It's not always straightforward for women in sport, especially when you look at different sports. You know, they come with their own challenges and different ways and forms. So it's something that we always have to be mindful.
Yeah. And a particular challenge as well, you say, for women who are Muslim?
Yeah, so for Muslim women, obviously, for us, it's part of our religion is our dress code. So when it comes to headscarf and not showing our legs is something part of who we are. But if you look at in the sport industry in itself, unfortunately, even though we've come so far, there are barriers and stereotypes or restrictions that eliminate them to participate in certain activities. Can
you give me an example of what that might look like?
I think probably an example would be sort of football industry in itself, for example. I mean, my daughter, Elisa Asghar, she plays for Forest, and she's always played football and she's always had a passion for it. And, you know, we try to overcome the barriers as much as we can. But if you look at the football kit in itself, it is just shorts and a t-shirt. So, you know, for her, she would have to wear the Under Armour or some skins in order not to show her legs. I think when it comes to swimming in itself, obviously there's certain elements that have to be put in place. For example, making sure the lifeguard's female, making sure it's not transparent, so, you know, the ladies feel more comfortable and doing what they want to do and what they
exactly
love.
And that's what it is, isn't it? It's
Definitely.
feeling comfortable
Yeah.
and do what you want to do. It's being able to exercise or being able to take part in sport and feel comfortable at the same time.
Definitely.
And talk to me about your organisation then. How do you hope to, I suppose, make sport more inclusive, but encourage those women within your community to take part in sport and give them the tools when they're able to?
So working with the Nottingham Muslim Women Network and this Girl Can, in partnership with them and Active Knots, we kind of intertwine. And I think always, whether it's in the sport world or generally work, we all have to work in unity to have a constructive or long-term productive outcomes. So what we've done is we've engaged with the South Asian Muslim women in Nottinghamshire, and we've offered an opportunity. So for example, we do cycling at the Forest Rectory ground. There's a lot of cycling sessions, but when it came to my attention was these ladies don't know how to cycle, so there's no point of putting up sessions if they don't know how to cycle. So we kind of chipped it to the bare bones and said, right, there's something that's missing, so we need to offer this opportunity. Now we need to look at the demographic of women that we're dealing with. So a lot of the time they won't have space to store a bike. They won't traditionally, bike is not a form of transportation, for example. So looking into all the elements and see, okay, give them this chance. So we provide the bikes, working with Women in Tandem, and now we've had so many demands and so much interest. Just the visibility, I think, in itself is so important. And that's another kind of area or element which is, I don't feel enough is being done, to show that, for women from all over the world, or it doesn't matter what size you are, how you look, what you wear, sport is, I find, a sort of tool and navigation that brings everyone together, and just being present and people seeing other ladies that look like them riding the bike, it's just grown in numbers. And it's with all the activities we do, such as walking, swimming, something that's not more traditional like football. So we're working and we've seen such a high demand in Nottingham in itself that ladies,
the need is there, isn't it?
The need's there,
the want is there.
Yeah, definitely.
So interesting, isn't it? And it's just almost breaking down those barriers, providing very visible. You are right. When you see somebody like you who's doing something, then you think, I can do that too, or maybe that is available to me as well. It's so powerful.
Yeah, and I think it's so important because, like we say, the eyes are the sort of literally the windows to your soul. So even if you have a wish or an inspiration to do something, sometimes when you see it, it's amazing, because so many ladies just walking past have come and said, wow, what is this that you're doing? And because they don't see it, they just reckon it doesn't exist. But we are changing, it's taken time, but obviously we're going to make this change happen, where sport in itself should be for all.